again.
Hi.
It's really nice to meet you. And we really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today.
Hey, I appreciate you taking the time. Like it's wild to be talking to people in Europe right now. That's crazy. I appreciate it.
Germany loves you.
Hey, I'm a fourth German. I'm a fourth German. It's part of me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice. So another reason to come by soon.
100%. As soon as possible.
Cool. All right. So where are you right now currently? Because I saw yesterday you were in LA, right?
Yes, I am in Los Angeles in my place. There's a skateboard up there with a picture of my friend and I on it in goth makeup.
I can see the skateboard, but the rest, there's a hat.
There is a hat. Hang on. I'll show you the skateboard.
Oh, nice. That's from the podcast, right?
It is.
So, all right. So, we can get to it because it's been a little bit over a month now that Greatest Hits have been out. Congrats on that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
what if I just took it back? What if I just took it back? What if I was like, never mind, and then we just pulled it from everything?
Please don't. Because we loved it, like our team loved it.
Hey.
So
we only make it available in Germany. Only Germany can hear it.
Yeah, only Germany. That's like special songs only for Germany.
Yeah, we're just gonna go platinum in Germany only because we're only putting out stuff there. Just really focus on that area.
I would root for that.
Okay, well, you know what? I'll pitch it to management. We'll see what they say.
Yes, some special treat for the German fans. I would love that.
Exactly.
But overall, are you happy with the reaction so far to the album?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I hesitated because sometimes, when you have an artist brain, it kind of turns on you sometimes. You know what I mean? So I was thinking, I am happy with it, but I was gonna say it depends what day you ask me. If I'm having a normal day or a good day, if I'm having a neutral day or a good day, I'm like, fuck yeah. Or if I'm having one of those days where I wake up and my brain's like, meow, I'm like, no, no, I'm never satisfied. Nothing will make me happy. You know what I mean? But
yeah, sure.
But in the objective way, which is the way that matters, yes, I'm happy with it.
Okay, good. As long as you're happy, because as I told you, we are all happy with the album. And it's super long. I was so happy to see, oh my gosh, so many songs. But initially you had 108 songs prepared,
you're
right? So how did you pick? Because in previous interviews, you mentioned the sleep dream cycle, right? The concept of it. So when did that come? You were like, oh, I want to do that, but now I have to pick songs that go with it, or how did that?
So, well, the thing is, there's actually and there are more songs that also play into it that didn't make the cut, because some of them I'm like, what helps tell this particular story better? And also, what songs will I physically, what will I wake up in the middle of the night the album didn't have snow globe, you know what I mean? Which songs are gonna keep me up at night if they're not on this album? And so it was kind of a difficult balance, but what wound up happening to really solidify it and help tell the story the best was I printed up all of the finalist songs, you know what I mean? The ones that are the closest to winning or being on it or whatever. And I cut them out on slips of paper, got this big ass purple board. Otto came over and we're just rearranging it. And we're listening to transitions and we're like, okay, hang on. And this one does a swell at the end. That would sound really good going into Violet. Okay, good. And I knew it, of course, had to start with Greatest Hits and had to end with, See
You in the Future.
See You in the Future. Sorry. It's morning here. I didn't finish this coffee. And it had to end with See You in the Future. I knew Ice Bath was going to be towards the end, but for the most part, things were very kind of fluid, which I think was a necessary part of the creative, Also, I waited until the very last minute to get album art because with fandom, I'd been sitting on it for so long and I've been looking at it like every day. And I was just like, you know what? With this one, just to keep it very exciting and fresh for me, I don't want there to be an image until like all the music's done.
Oh, wow. That's actually interesting because I wanted to ask you what was spontaneous because everything seems so planned out and you were like, yeah.
You have to leave room for those kinds of things because while a lot, like I knew it was going to be greatest hits in like 2015, like that title, but I didn't know conceptually what it would be yet. So it's kind of like a matter of like leaving certain things open, but still like having an overall plan. Because otherwise you're just kind of like, what am I going to do? Go through the motions for 5 years? Like, no, like that'd be horrible. But I think I just wanted to be able to like have something very new and spontaneous to look at for when the album's out. That way, like it feels exciting to me because if you're excited about what you're doing, or let me rephrase, the more excited you are about what, like whatever project it is you're working on, like the better you're going to be able to put it out there and express it to people. And that's half of putting out an album. Like music and all that is like just an aspect of it. But the way you explain it and like, not in like a monetary sense, but like sell it to people, like, you know, like through like explanations or whatever, that's like probably as big or maybe even bigger than like the music itself. You know what I mean? So anything I could do to keep it like very fresh for me, like I made sure to do, you know what I mean?
But is that also planned? Like in the beginning, you were like, okay, I'm going to leave the artwork for the end. That's also kind of a plan.
So it's a plan, but it's an open-ended plan, you know?
But has there been anything that was like super like last minute where you actually didn't plan to do it last minute? Some crazy idea, whatever, and you were like, oh, that has to go into there.
Well, the album art was honestly, that was probably the most spontaneous thing just because normally we have it like so far in advance. And with this, we shot it. And then very quickly, like, we were like, okay, this is what we need the edit to be, blah, blah, blah. Photographer like had the photos, we're like, send those over so we can just do it ourselves. It'll be better this way, trust me. And so, you know, we do it, submit it, and it was like, cool, now we're printing it. That's it. It was like a very quick, like very like last minute thing. But I had also made a bunch of different versions of greatest hits album art because, you know, when I'm putting demos on my phone, I don't want to just look at like the dark thing with like the music note or whatever it is. I forgot the default thing, but I need to have like a visual with it to kind of like picture what's going on. And so a lot of the demos had like different sets of album art. None of them felt right. And I was just like, man, I was like, this is sort of like not working. And I know Otto and I feel the same way about a lot of things with like music and stuff. And we never wanted to have like an album with us on the cover, like a picture of us. But I had the idea and I called him and I was like, hey, blah, 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 prefacing all of this. Like, if you hate it, fine, you know, we'll figure something out. But since it's greatest hits and everybody's always on the cover of their greatest hits, we should be on the cover because of, you know, this, we can control the color palette better, blah, 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 like all that stuff. And sorry, I just got like 3 texts. I was like, stop.
I was like, what's he doing?
Sorry, yeah. But you could control the color palette better, all this stuff. Like, and he was like, dude, I was thinking that and didn't want to say it. And I was like, yes. So I was like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're all going to wear yellow clothes. We're going to get on top of this building here, like tallest building we could find in LA. We're going to take this picture. Sky is the blue. The clothes are yellow, but all of the shading is going to be like the red, but not full red, because if you do like red, blue, yellow, you're going to look like kind of Ronald McDonald, like clown hair looking. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So you have to be careful with shades is all I'm saying, with like primary colors. Otherwise you're just going to it can look real like McDonald's-y very fast. So I was just like, ugh. But all of the shading in that, instead of just going dark, I was like, I needed to go like a deep scarlet like a red, you know what I mean? Like to be the red for all the shadowing. That way it's like red, blue, and yellow on this cover. And it's us because it's greatest hits. Note, and like I kept putting like text and like logo and like greatest hits and all this stuff. And you know, things looked good, but taking off all text just made it that much more like powerful looking, but also kind of played into the whole like greatest hits thing. There's like a braggadocious element to it where it's like fucking greatest hits and no text. It's like flexing so hard on an album cover. Like that's insane. And it kind of just felt right. Like it played into it. And even like, I mean, and again, not that this is like a final deciding factor, but you know, we have to consider all sides. It was like commercially, would it be bad to not have text on it? I was like, well, we're also in a fucking panorama and no one's going to stores and buying shit. So who cares? It's all digital. It doesn't matter if text is on it. Like the only people that care, like really care if text is on some shit are like old people at Target who are like, who is this? Like they just want to be really sure. And so it's like, fuck it, no text. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I actually wanted to ask another question first, but well,
ask me it right now.
You mentioned the color theme. So I think it's really interesting to think about that, thinking of your synesthesia, if I pronounce that right. So you see colors when you hear sound, right?
Yeah.
So with the artwork, you kind of got us to know how Greatest Hits looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we know how it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say would Greatest Hits taste like?
Whoa, I don't know. I think Secret Life would taste really good. It's very just bright and colorful. Like Secret Life looks like Starburst. You know what I mean? So if I had to eat one of them, I'd say Secret Life.
Okay, nice. Because I was like, okay, I hope he doesn't say fruit roll-ups because we don't have that here.
I was about to say that's too obvious of an answer. I skipped that one.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
dude, that sucks. Why don't y'all have fruit roll-ups?
There's nothing similar. I even Googled it. I was like, what is that?
Honestly, just order some. It's worth it.
Yeah?
Order a box. Yeah.
Yeah, you can order it online, I guess. So
yeah, just go on like Amazon. Like I know, fuck Jeff Bezos and everything, but like, get it. It's really dope.
Okay, I'm gonna try that. But,
I'm telling you, it's worth it.
Yeah. So something like shiny and bright. That would be like the taste Greatest Hits.
That would be the best tasting one. Then there's bitter ones like Magnetic. Magnetic would taste really bitter, probably.
Like
iron. It's like a dark, scary one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that was like the messy question of all. Yeah, so next up was that when you talk about like the whole themes of the album, and in fandom, you actually started to talk about the toxic part of the fandom, of like your fan base. Do you have a feeling that something has changed since then? Because in Greatest Hits, it appears again.
A little bit here and there. The thing is, I didn't want to continue too hard on that subject and just keep like knocking him in the head, like, you suck, because I am very grateful for everything. And I think anytime a group of people is very passionate about something, there's going to be like, you know, some people that are a little over the top and a little obnoxious here and there. But I mean, that goes for any fandom, like people that like monster trucks too much, like fuck those people, man. Or like people that are too into anything are fucking assholes about it. Or not all of them, but a lot of times they can be assholes because they're just like, they don't know how to control their feelings, especially when they feel strongly about something. And anyway, so I know there are themes of that on this album, but I didn't want to like focus way too hard on it. It's just, I'm also still going to write about anything I'm experiencing. And if that feels like such a large part of it, it's gonna leak in here and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. But that's great because it makes Greatest Hits so diverse.
Yeah. Thank you.
All the ways. So
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So apparently we have to wrap it up a little bit, but but finally, because we're from the German side, and unfortunately we have to wait until 2022, I guess.
I know, I'm so bummed.
Yeah, but yeah, last but not least, can you share a memory with us that you connect with touring here for German fans?
Actually, I sure can. So I didn't understand. Okay, German people, actually people a lot like in different parts of Europe, but especially Germany. This is really funny. Like they're extremely blunt, but they think they're complimenting you. And I wasn't ready for that. I was like confused for a second. And then when I brought it up to other friends who were like in bands who have like toured a lot, they're like, dude, that's what they do there. I'm like, what?
Right? So okay, I don't do that.
Let me tell you an example. It's really funny. So they'll be like, I didn't think of, like someone will come up to you, like, cause we go meet people at the merch table. They're like, I saw you and didn't think I would like you because of the way that you looked, but it was actually pretty good. And I'm like, thanks. But that's how everyone there compliments you. It's like, they like punch you and then they go, you know what I'm saying? Or they're like to Otto, they're like, you're really short. And like with your hair, I thought this was going to be a sissy band and then blah, blah, blah. But your playing is all right. And he's like, what? Like, is that a compliment? And I'm like, it's good. I'm like, thank you. Appreciate you.
Nice.
So that was very funny because we didn't understand that was a thing. And we're like, everyone here is being such an asshole, but they all actually liked it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was really funny. What else? Also, I think the best catering that we ever get in like Europe is usually in Germany. So shout out German food. Nice. I appreciate y'all being good.
Okay, perfect. So, I mean, at least you feel welcome every time you come here, even though people are blunt.
It's going to be very fun, and I'm still very excited to go back. It's totally funny now that we know to like expect it. But yeah, it was just such a funny thing to be like caught off guard by.
Okay, good to know.
Are you gonna be at the German shows next year?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I already have tickets, so here we go.
I was gonna say we'll guest list you, but thank you. That's cool too.
Obviously.
Thank you so much.
All right, so thank you for your music, your art. Thank you so much for the time today. And
yeah, thank you for listening.
Yeah, take care and have a good one.
You too. Be safe, okay?
You too.